In this video, I'm going to be looking at Moves number 72 from 1992. It says October, November. And it's an interesting magazine here. The lead articles were on combat resolution, a discussion of the CRT and the TCT. So there's a fairly detailed, if you want to get enlightened more about why combat results tables are different in how they abstract things, this does a very fine job in those concepts. Although at this stage of the game, combat results tables have really evolved a lot over the years, haven't they? But this zeroes in on some of the original Avalon Hill odds-based system. Then it has a section that describes the two-tiered system that was used in France 1944. I think that was Victory Games, but I'm not sure about that 100%. And there's a lot of different examples of the combat results tables in here, of the ones they're talking about. So it's heavy in the the look at this. There's also a set of details that zero in on using the turn continuation table as well. That is a second article, Losing Control, the Rise and Fall of the TCT Empire. And that was written by the Richard H. Berg himself. So worth having for that reason alone. A very broad discussion of a conceptual topic for wargamers in particular. One of my favorite parts of this magazine was this replay of August Storm, which was a scenario in the Franco-Prussian War from Strategy and Tactics 149. I personally thought it was a breakout design for Joe Miranda. And this replay was played by Ulrich and Dirk Blenneman, with John Kranz offering commentary as well. So it's basically written out as a quasi overlapping of history, a historical narrative plus gameplay, and where they cross together. And this actually is the article that taught me half of what I needed to know to write good replay articles, which I did back in the 90s. It's an excellent playthrough of this game. I thought it was a very fun article. There's one major problem with it, though. About 12 paragraphs got accidentally deleted when formatting. So there's a section of it that doesn't mesh together well. It's very non sequitur. And however, the missing part is in the next issue of Moves 73. These are all fairly easy to find in the secondhand market, but back then, the next issue solved the problem for you. So anyways, very cool article. I really liked it. Had a great picture of the two game players, who I believe are brothers, and they've designed some of their own games. We also have an article from Joe Miranda on the Napoleonic battle system, approach to battle, approach to simulation, and it zeroes in on some of his design feats in S&T number 151, which featured two Napoleonic wars, but I think they used Napoleonic battles, but they used different systems. And this one is on Friedland. So, he has an extensive section of design notes on that game in here. There's also an article on Thunderbolt Apache Leader by Terry Rooker. I don't have any of these games, so this article was less interesting to me. There's another replay by Rick Swan, Thunderbolt and Apache Leader, and it has some graphic presentation in that article. So it's an interesting read, even though I don't have the game. Then there's a scenario variant in here dealing with updating older Napoleonic games, which I don't have any desire at this stage to use because I play, at that level, I'm using the library of Napoleonic games, and I don't think they really need any updates. They do very well. And there's another article here for Europe Aflame and how you can, you know, maybe spice that game up a little bit. And there is also one on Counterattack Magazine, issue number 3, which just zeroed in on some of the features of the game that was included there, which I don't have. So this is just a quick look at Moves number 72 from 1992. I hope you enjoyed this trip through memory lane, and I hope you have a great day.